Put it this way, I was at the gym the other day. Some dude was like next to me doing the same, like some sort of lateral raise thing, like basically arms, right? And I noticed that I was lifting heavier than him, and there's this like fucking chimp in my mind went, yo, let's yeah, like it was like let's crush his reps, and I think he was doing like I think he was doing like half the reps. Wait, hold on, let's move your legs away from this.
Lightweight, baby.
Yeah, like he was doing like half the reps I was doing, and like with a lower, what's it called, with like a lower weight, and then I was just like and then I just started fucking going nuts. And then I left the gym feeling fucking swole, but then in my head I was like, why did I even care? Like, I'm never gonna see this guy again.
I do something similar on the treadmill.
Like, it really doesn't matter at all, dude. It doesn't matter. Like, this random human.
I know.
Like, what? There's an apocalypse one day, and you're in a blacked out Sainsbury's with your with your wind up torches looking for the last can of beans, and you look up and it's him. You're like,
I'm not afraid.
Like, I could fuck you up. But then he remembers too somehow, and he goes, "You're the guy from the lateral raises."
Okay. Take the beans. All right. I don't want any trouble. All right.
And then I do the motion of the lateral raise in front of him. I go,
pick up the bean.
I go, okay. And he goes, okay, I remember now. I remember.
Fuck, I should have known better. Sorry. I didn't recognize you there with all the rags.
The cloth over your flaccid penis. That's all you got left.
That's all you got. That is nuclear winter. You don't feel it.
So is that the foreskin I see peeking out?
Yeah.
You just keep doing the lateral raise.
You don't say anything. Unbroken eye contact. You know, he's like getting like glimpses of your willy.
Just slapping side to side.
You like doing like a little jig.
Yeah, that's the only way it'll matter.
I do the same when I'm on the treadmill or the elliptical. I look around me and see what the settings are, and I always raise them above all the people around me.
So then your equivalent is there's an apocalypse. You're walking around Sainsbury's, wind up torches. You see someone going for the last can of beans. They look up, right, and you're on the spot. You're doing the running man.
Like, I'm winding up.
And they're like, oh, it's you. You're faster than me. You got a higher incline and a faster pace.
Yeah.
You're like, give me those whilst you're still in motion. You're like, give me those fucking.
Don't make me kick you.
Don't make me. Give me those can of beans. Like Sonic in a like when he's in ball form, winding up the speed.
Oh yeah, but I don't know, man. I get you. I do the same thing though. I don't even give a fuck if like my legs are like in severe pain because I've raised it beyond higher. Typically, my standard setting is higher.
Yeah.
Typically, because I do 11, so 11 incline, which isn't. It starts off with 10, but typically people do like. I see people like on 8 incline and like 7 resistance.
Okay.
But typically, I'm always 11, and if I'm feeling particularly supercharged by the carbs, I will pump it up to like 13. But you know, it is what it is. The thing is that I have to outperform.
It is stupid though, like, because ultimately, like, it should just be about what you were doing like yesterday or last week. But there is something fun about making it weirdly competitive with complete strangers.
And they don't even know.
They don't even know.
They don't even
know that they're inadvertently helping you make gains.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Gorilla Hotline.
Yes. I'm Dani.
I'm Ghaly.
We're back. Again.
We need to think of a more creative intro than
Hey,
that.
Look, it's an icebreaker.
It is.
Because it gives us a minute to just kind of be like, quick, say something witty.
Yeah. You're right.
It's a buffering, you know. Hey, we've got means for you to communicate what you like and don't like. So
that's true. Where can they give us those means?
It is gorillahotline.com/submissions or email us at hello@gorillahotline.com, or if you really feel up to it, you can DM us on Instagram.
Or Twitter or whatever.
Well, yeah.
Well, you know what? Let's just not Twitter, just Instagram.
Because honestly, we've not got a single follower on Twitter yet. I am.
I mean, we haven't really been shilling it either.
Nah.
To be fair, I feel like less people in general use Twitter.
Yeah, I've literally just been screaming at the void on Twitter about episodes being up.
You see that Musk bought Twitter?
The what?
Musk bought Twitter.
Yeah, there was.
You can pay $8 to get a verified tick now.
Hey yo, it's time to dig into the Gorilla Hotline budget fund.
Scrape the bottom of the barrel for those $8.
Let's go. How much is left in the tin? Oh, $7.99. I guess we're not gonna be Twitter verified.
I mean, we don't even have any. It's like if a tree falls in the woods, it's fine. We don't.
But if you want to change that,
Yeah.
there's a Patreon.
Surely, at this point, being unverified is more
How?
exclusive.
Wouldn't you just end up becoming verified automatically anyway in the end?
What do you mean? Oh, because like a fame. I think you actually have to pay now. You have to pay.
Interesting.
So I think it kind of kills for all the celebrities out there who are like mad.
There are a lot of people who didn't want Elon Musk to be the head of Twitter for quite nonsensical reasons, to be fair. Because I think all he's trying to do is get rid of cancel culture, no?
Primarily, but hold on. Primarily, I think. But I think he wants to supposedly he wants to unban all the people that have been banned. But the problem with that is there are some legitimate like psychos who have been banned, like who are spreading like.
That's the that is the pickle of freedom of speech, man. You gotta be if you're down for freedom of speech, you gotta be ready to defend the viewpoints of some real nutters, man. Doesn't mean you agree with them.
True.
You know, it's the age old saying, like, I don't agree with what you say, but I will fight for your right to say it. I think it was Voltaire or Descartes who said that. Someone. It was a French ideologue. I don't know who said that.
It's like, I mean, I think in general, I don't know how deep we want to get into this, but like,
hey, we're riffing.
Fine. Well, if we're riffing,
we're not being inflammatory. It's just an observation.
What I think then of this is, people need to be able to say their ignorant, dumb shit.
Yeah.
To not only to get it off their chest, but also so that the more informed around us can turn to them in a kind of in a more mature way and say, hey, what you've said is incorrect because of this, and this reason. Like your views on this person or this thing or group of people or whatever, like that's not true. It's about, right?
Yeah, it's
because if they just if these nutters keep it all bottled in, then they'll never be corrected.
Yeah. And
then they have weens, and those weens are then dumb,
I feel like you're looking at it the wrong way, because it's more about like when you police what people can and can't say through Twitter, you are underestimating the people's power of understanding. That you're underestimating the intelligence of the people at the end of the day.
It's kind of like there's like a big brother figure. He's like, no,
yeah,
no, you're wrong. Yeah. You're wrong. Shh, like finger on the lips, like stop talking.
I mean, look, in Italy, I did a study about this in uni. In Italy, fascist parties still run for elections.
They never win though.
No, they don't. But do you know why? Because Italians, right? They know what the fuck fascism does to the country, right?
What's his name, innit?
Yeah, Mussolini. Yeah, they know what fascism does to the country, so they're gonna be like, "Well, you man are fucking idiots. We're not voting for you." So have some faith in the people. Goddammit.
Yeah, but like in a sense, it's kind of, in a sense, it's kind of like I'm gonna say a good thing, because it's like it keeps the people informed and aware of their own history and their past.
Yeah.
Like, and again, it's one of them ones where, I mean, I reckon at least in our lifetime, I go on a whim and say they'll probably never win.
No.
Like,
if history does its job, and there's another adage.
Would you run? Okay. Would you run as leader of the fascist party? How much would they have to pay you?
Well, first of all, I mean,
and you can change their policies.
but hang on a minute. If I run
Uh-huh.
and I change the policies, then it's no longer fascist, by definition. Because it's like, I don't understand entirely what the fascist agenda was beyond violence and racism, and and I'm being like broad here.
Yeah.
But the average, decent human being doesn't agree with those things.
True.
So, I have that much faith in, at least, say what you want about like Italian politics, but at least they didn't make the same mistake of putting another fascist in power. Look at like, there's countries like Cuba who can't do otherwise, unfortunately. So
this country's a bit, our politics are a bit scuffed.
Anyway,
imagine a politics tangent on this podcast.
Do you want to get going? First story. Do you want to do a short one?
We can do a few. You know what? Sorry, real quick. Let me blow my nose again. As I said, audience, I'm sick, but you can make me better by going to.
Do you want to help Ghaly overcome his sickness? We have a Patreon. So
please, sir,
check out the link tree, or Ghaly will not survive a winter.
Freezing.
Yeah, it's fucking cold in Ghaly's room.
Go sweep the chimneys. No.
Yeah, it's fucking cold in here.
It is freezing up here.
Am I the arsehole for calling my fiance delusional and not letting him punish my son? My fiance.
My son.
Yeah, my fiance, 40 male, and I, 36 female, have been together for 2 years. I have 3 kids from my former marriage, 7, 11 and 14 years old. My fiance loves them and treats them as his own, but he constantly complains about certain behaviours and says that the kids lack some form of discipline.
Oof.
I never understood what he meant, but mind you, he's a teacher and can take this whole discipline thing a bit far. I noticed that he's been doing some tests lately to see how they'd act in certain situations. For example, he once left his journal lying around to see if any of my kids would snoop. He also would leave money lying around to see who'd touch it, or even lie saying who wants Skittles to see if any of the kids would come to him downstairs. That is weird behaviour, by the way. Do you think it's weird?
From the information presented so far, that's very odd behaviour.
Because
that's odd behaviour.
With children, I never thought.
Who wants Skittles? Silence.
More for me.
Yeah, they're all fucking playing Fortnite, dude.
Doing the weird flosses and
doing the emotes upstairs.
They're not coming down. They're recording.
Who wants to read an old man's journal? No one. You're like 40, dude.
He does seem a bit out of touch, doesn't he? I don't know what he's trying to prove here. I know what he's trying to prove.
I will agree. Sorry, just getting comfortable.
You're going to agree that you don't know what he's doing here.
I will agree that I have no idea what's going on in the world, and this cold has me in and out of consciousness.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know if I'm...
If I'm coming or going. But yeah, to answer... okay, for real, I'm into this. I'm interested in this story. To make... What's up?
Keep telling yourself that.
I am. Does it seem like I'm not?
No, I'm joking. Go on.
I am. I sincerely... to actually answer your very fucking simple question 5 minutes later, yeah, he's fucking weird so far.
In all my life, I've never heard of a single parent ever even try this shit with their
running
kids.
Little well, they're not his kids, so he's kind of just they're kind of guinea pigs to him, really.
Suppose so. The recent one that I wasn't aware of till later was yesterday. He told the kids that he lost $1 from his pocket and offered $10 to whoever found it. The kids began searching the house for an hour. My 7 and 11-year-olds couldn't find a thing, but my 14-year-old went to my fiancé and told him he found the $1 and gave it to him. My fiancé lost it and started yelling, gotcha now. My son was confused. Turns out my fiancé didn't lose any money and lied about the $1 to see how the kids would react. My son obviously failed because he pretended to have found the $1, but in reality took from his own allowance and gave it to my fiancé, hoping to get that $10. Smart kid.
Well, yeah, he's
smart fucking kid.
Dude. That's 10 times. That's 10x.
You literally made 1,000% profit. Hey,
10xing your money. Yeah.
Why? I'm sorry. Are we really gonna police the fucking morality of children this much? They're children. They are gonna get up to some cheeky shit, man. Like,
this guy's something. He's a loon.
he's like,
He's a loon.
he's off his rocker, man.
All right, yeah, go on.
My fiance said that because of my son's dishonesty and greed, he'll punish him by taking all his allowance for the month, as well as electronics being taken away for a week. I got into an argument with him and called him delusional because those mind games were getting ridiculous. And besides, it's not like my son stole anything from him. He just failed his stupid test, and kids make mistakes and learn. Well, I don't think this is the case, but, you know, the kid saw an opportunity, he took it, and now he's being punished for being smart. I mean, look, in any other situation, this would have been a no harm, no foul. Everybody wins. You get your money back, and I get my money, which you promised.
Yeah, surely. Okay, fine.
Anyway, he still talked about how this is about principles that he's trying to teach my kids to become decent adults. But I thought this has gone too far, and I refused to let him punish him. Now he's calling me an enabler and said that this attitude won't be much of help when we get married because it undermines his authority as a parent and enables unacceptable behaviors from my kids. He said, and I quote, "I will not tolerate having greedy and dishonest individuals living under my roof." You call that being dishonest? He didn't even steal from you, you dickhead.
Also, I don't know, like, he's just breeding distrust between him and it's like he's doing his best to divide himself from the kids. Here he goes again with his weird mind games.
But,
like,
I'm sorry, I just don't understand. How was that worthy of losing his allowance?
All of his allowance, by the way.
And access to electronics. How? I'm sorry. Like, the kid wasn't rude. The kid wasn't disrespectful.
Dude, this guy is gonna mess your kids up. I would drop him like a fucking bag of sand. He is gonna ruin your kids. All these weird mind. He's gonna turn them into some like Dexters, dude. Some like fucking serial killers. All these weird games he's playing. That he definitely does. He doesn't have any kids of his own.
Doesn't sound like it. I don't think
he's like, oh, bro,
no, it didn't mention any kids.
Bro, fiance too. Nah.
But then that last comment, I won't have any greedy.
I will not tolerate having greedy and dishonest individuals living under my roof.
Listen, my son, if you think
irony,
you're deceiving them.
Yeah,
you're deceiving them, and they're just like,
you took all his money. What?
What a dickhead.
You're undermining my power. No, you have no fucking power, dude. Know your place.
Like, okay, listen.
Not even married yet.
Listen, okay. It's a matter of, if your kid, you know, if you tell your kid, son, there's right and wrong. Okay, you raise your kid with parameters of what is right and what is wrong. Like a moral compass, yeah?
Yeah.
And you operate on the basis of you know better. And because you know better, you did the opposite anyway, and I'm going to punish you because you know better, my son. And you will learn from this fuck up. You don't set traps for them. You don't fucking set traps. You don't. Like, what the fuck are they... What? Okay, so what the fuck are you really think this is how you nurture honesty and fucking earnestness? No, you're fucking making your children live in fear of your fucking mind games, my friend.
And you're teaching your kids to be cunning as well.
Yeah.
Like, you're inadvertently teaching them to be cunning as fuck. So the eldest figured out,
well, fuck yeah, I can go out with my friends. Might
as well, like, just 10x my money real quick.
Yeah.
I would cut ties.
Well, okay, come on.
What? I know, I'm serious, dude. Like,
I just feel,
I feel like you need to have a deep conversation with this fully grown man and be like, stop messing with my kids' heads. They're probably subconsciously looking for a strong father figure too. They're at that age, and this is what they're getting, like, in return.
I do understand that his fear of being undermined in a marriage can be well placed, you know, in the sense that it wouldn't be good to always be undermining your husband in front of your kids, especially if there needs to be like a disciplinary aspect of it where kids need to be put in line. However, if you're objecting to the method because it's psychotic, then that whole argument kind of goes out the window, you know. What would have, you know, would you say this? Would you be in this such a moral dilemma if you was hitting your kids? You know what I mean? Like, if you got pissed off at them and started slapping the shit out of them, would you be in this much of a moral dilemma? No. You know? This is, you know, it's not physical, it's emotional abuse.
It is mental.
Because these kids are gonna be so fucking scared that they're always treading on thin ice. They're gonna be all jittery in their own home, and they're not gonna be able to get up to much.
Yeah, like, is this a mind game or is he being sincere? Like,
And
is he trying to,
he's not gonna trust the dude you're marrying. They're not gonna trust the dude you're marrying, and they're gonna develop trust issues all around. They might not even come to trust you, the mother.
Yeah, at some point they may even reflect and be like, why did you marry this guy? He's horrible. We've discussed before how difficult it is to be a good stepdad. Like, the mental blockade of going,
Yeah, we're back to it.
Like, these aren't my kids.
Boundaries must be respected.
Yeah, boundaries must be respected. In theory, I could be shit and get away with it. But on the flip side of that, if I'm great at this kind of like step-in dad role, then they'll flourish. And they'll learn to... Yeah, you're just opening so many... You're like kind of unblocking so many barriers for these kids.
He's like a virtue zealot, you know?
It's weird.
Like, he's like, I will not tolerate you being dishonest and
not weakening my words.
9 lashings for the child who lied about finding the dollar.
And also the whole gotcha, bro.
Grow up.
He's 14.
Grow up.
You're 40. He's 14.
Listen. When I was growing up, yeah, my dad was always working, and my dad was working as a chef when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And basically, he'd always come home super fucking late at night. Like, I'm talking like some nights even 1 a.m. he'd be home, yeah. And essentially, as I was the oldest and, you know, a boy, my mum felt like she could rely on me to get a lot of things done that, you know, she couldn't because she was looking after my younger siblings. So I would often be given the time. You would know, Ghaly, because you were dragged along many a times. After school, I would come home. Mum would be like, go get dinner, right? And my mum, bless her, she didn't have the foresight to do a weekly shop to this day, but I'm not going to get into that. So I had to get dinner more or less every day.
Incredible.
Yeah, me and Ghaly have a gripe. Mother, fucking Asda is a thing, okay? My mum would give me cash. I started doing this since the age of 12. And I didn't...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm really trying not to... What's the wheel looking like?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm sorry.
It's just funny because I'm just trying to get into it and you're like...
I just...
It's okay. You're poorly. You're fighting through it.
I just want
to... Ghaly's fighting for his life right now.
I just want to get... I want to talk about this dad. I mean, this non-dad.
No, okay, but basically what it was, when I was growing up, so my mum would give me the cash. I would go to the supermarket, typically Sainsbury's down the road, you know, grab whatever it was she needed. And listen, man, it wasn't 1-2 bags. It was, you know, my family's big, innit? There's like 6 of us. Me, you know, like me, my dad and my 3 siblings, 6 of us. So it was big dinners every night and a shit ton of cartons of milk. So I'd be fucking carrying big bags and shit. And obviously, if I forgot anything, I'd have to go back. If there was some petty change left over, I'd pocket it. You know, but I didn't do it because I was a thief or I was dishonest. I did it because it's like, I was 14 and in all fairness, whenever after school, all my friends would be like, yeah, we're going to go Subway, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and we're going to go cinema. I couldn't afford to do any of fucking that. So I would try and hold on to that money so when those occasions occurred, I could join in with my friends. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't, you know, because it wasn't, and my mum would catch me out most times. It wasn't always I got to keep the money because she'd be like, you're full of shit, Danny, where's the change? She'd catch me out.
Yeah. It was your delivery driver fee.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I kind of think that Uber Eats and Deliveroo stole from me because that was my idea. But
you knew. They saw you.
But, you know, now, you know, I considered myself to be a very dependable child. And I feel like the hard work I was putting in, making sure I followed this errand with maximum concentration, because my mum was very specific too. I couldn't fuck up. If she said, Danny, get a tin of beans, I had to get the exact right brand. I couldn't come back. No, I'm serious. It was that bad. I couldn't come back with a different brand of beans because my mum would lose her shit, right? So I had to
These are the wrong beans.
No one fucking eats these, Danny. Your dad doesn't fucking like them, Danny. Go back and buy the proper ones. It'd be like...
Beans again. Wrong brand though.
Yeah. If they're not Heinz, then what's the point?
Well,
but
it's testament to Heinz, really.
Yeah. But, you know, what I'm saying is that I don't feel like that made me a dishonest or deceitful kid. That just made me a kid. You know, it's what kids do.
Well, yeah, you're just feeling your way through the world. You know?
And, you know, my mum reprimanded me for all the other stupid shit I did when it was warranted.
Yeah.
So I don't think that, like, you know, and in contrast, to put it into perspective, I never stole. You know, if it was money lying around in the kitchen, I wouldn't touch it. Never. Not once. I would never fuck with that money. Money that I hadn't gone through my hands, I wouldn't fuck with it because I knew better. Right? Mostly because I knew they'd find out. But, you know, at the same time, it was...
I think for me, if my mum left money out, I'd put it away for her and be like, I think you left money somewhere. Like, I think you left money out in the open.
As an adult, it's not exactly difficult to predict the actions of a hormonal creature.
You've been there.
You know, it's not difficult to...
Yeah.
You know, so you are going to get your outcome, but it's not going to prove anything because guess what? You created the conditions, the exact conditions you were looking for them to, you know, be the perpetrators of this crime you set up for them. You set them up for failure.
On the flip side, though, if... Okay, let's... I always try and do this. Sometimes it's difficult, but on the flip side of... Let's say you're not disciplining your kids at all, right? And they're getting away with murder. I mean, some sense of discipline in general is important, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I definitely think he's taken it way too far. Like, he's gone into weird mind
This
game.
isn't discipline, man.
This is like some like Stanford prison experiment with your kids.
This is cruelty, pure and simple. Because you are literally setting them up for this.
I'm so much smarter and better than you.
So I'm gonna make an obvious pitfall that you are obviously gonna fall for, and then I'm gonna punish you for falling for something that I placed. No, look, if a kid... Look, if it was a case of the kid, you know, if it was a case of you knew the kid stole from you, and, I mean, obviously, theft within your own home is always horrible because it's like you start throwing accusations and whatnot, right? If he really did steal from you, and...
I'm sorry. I really want to get through this.
If he really did steal from you, and you caught him in the act, and you punished him then, that would have been fine. Because he really did do it out of his own volition.
Can I also say, by the way, those mind game punishments, they are, on a feeble child mind, they are crushing, dude. I remember one time, I can't even remember why I got in trouble, I'll be honest with you. But there was one time where I guess I crossed my stepdad in it and he was having none of it. So he took away my laptop and like my game privileges or whatever for 2 weeks. Right? So genuinely, it's going to sound so sad. Genuinely, all I had in my room was a radio. Right?
Okay.
And it struggled to get into FM stations.
I remember that.
So I was mainly listening to talking radio for like
LBC.
Stations. I was listening to the most like boring.
Oh man,
drivel.
I used to work with a dude.
I got into like Chinese AM stations as well, like real easy.
What?
Yeah. But it was pointless. Like I can understand it.
Whoa, this dude's proving some real good point. If only I could understand it.
Yeah. And then I think at one point I figured that the radio was battery powered too. Like it had an option of being plugged in or battery powered.
You had limited entertainment.
Yeah, so what I did was I went to church with the radio in my backpack and I pretended like I'd caught someone and I put them in my backpack, but it was just the AM radio talking. And the joke was funny for maybe like 20 seconds, but I like the build up to it because I had nothing but time in it. I wasn't playing games. I was like, this is going to catch him. And they were like, why'd you have a radio in your bag? I was like,
oh, no.
And I was like, well...
No satisfaction. None. Come on.
They're like, what is that? And I was like, I showed them. They were like, why? And then I had to kind of skirt around the fact that all I've been doing for a week and a half was listening to radio.
Ghaly became really pro CCP all of a sudden. It was like, hey, that Xi Jinping's alright, you know.
Yeah, he's alright. Hey, they're making some good points.
And then nothing happened in Tiananmen Square.
We've established that a radio is in your bag. Turn it up. He's saying something. But yeah. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, those mental punishments are horrible.
But even then,
they take you to strange places. I'll tell you that.
I mean, it took you to China.
Yeah, man.
I mean, look. That was, but the thing is that you fucked up. You crossed him, right?
I can't even really remember what.
No, but you fucked up. You did something.
I will say this. Okay, I will say this. I probably deserved it. I'm pretty
right.
sure I did something that also upset my mum as well.
Right. No, but okay. You so the bottom line is, as a kid of that age,
Yeah.
you know, little teen, you had a moment where you were a little shit, right?
Mm.
All of us do. All of us have those moments.
Yeah.
Growing up, you were punished for it.
Yeah.
Did you learn your lesson?
I suppose I did.
Okay, there you go. That was actual discipline being fucking imparted upon you by your stepdad. He didn't be like, I'm gonna leave this present for your mom in a place where you are likely to fuck it up, and when you come in running like you always
With
do,
like a cage above and a rope above the cage.
yeah, like it's like a fucking
Haha, gotcha.
you fucking
Cage falls down.
Oh no, I'm caught.
Stay in there for 2
That's
weeks.
that's not discipline. That's
Yeah.
being a fucking sociopath.
Yeah, 100%.
I think we've said enough about it.
Yeah, so I guess in a sense we've already encumbered our final thoughts on this.
We didn't say anything about the mother, but okay.
Well,
Quickly, because I'm sorry, it's really hard to talk about the mother because
it just feels like she's standing, like, again, one of those ones where she's just standing in the corner.
I feel like she did the right thing.
Well, she called him out, and you know, yeah, sorry, I take that back. She called him out, right? Which is good.
Yeah.
Because it shows that for her kids, it shows that there's still faith within her.
Yeah.
You know, like she's still a figure that they can turn to.
Yeah. Hope.
Yeah. She is hope. She's like a superhero.
Oh,
mother. So it's good that she did that, but I think it's at a point where you talk to this dude and you go, yo, enough of this. Let's talk about the punishment we're gonna dish out before we dish it out. Run it by me first, so I can water it down into something less. You know,
it's
ring. I want to play a game. You know what I mean?
I want to play a game.
It's just weird, dude. It's weird.
It's funny that he would manipulate his fiance too by saying that her not standing for a mental abuse of her children is her undermining him, is equivalent to it.
What's wrong with just talking to them and being like, hey, this thing that you did wasn't great. I mean, the whole $20, the $1 for $10 thing was fucking crazy. But I mean, in general, like, just talk to him.
It was a trap.
Like, yeah, exactly. It's like that's what he wanted.
What if the kids? Okay, here's a question, right? I feel like I don't want to go too long on this story.
We'll wrap up in a second.
But what if, you know how like money gets lost in a couch? What if they fucking found one?
Yeah.
Under the couch or under a kitchen appliance.
I was half expecting that to happen.
What if they did? They found this dirty $.
Yeah.
Under the fucking all greasy from under the kitchen stove.
Wherever. Yeah.
Right. Hey Bill, I found the $.
Yeah, how dare you?
And the kid comes to you. No, but hang on. And the kid comes to you. Bill, I found the $, and they tell you where they fucking found it, and it's evident that they found it in a grimy fucking place.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do then? Evidently, they didn't steal from you. You told them the kids. You come to the kids. Kids innocent.
Find me $1.
The kids are like kids. I lost $1.
Like they're a bunch of crows.
Right. Fly, my pretties, fly. But what would he have done then? Would he have been like? Would he have still enacted the punishment?
Exactly.
What would he have done? You know, if my dad comes to me, shit, Danny, I lost the keys. Help me find them. All right, Dad, I'm on it. We start fucking turning the fucking living room upside down. You know what I mean? I want to help my dad.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Dad, I found the keys. Haha, you stole my car. Like, what the fuck?
You know what it reminds me of? I'm gonna throw it back. There was a teacher we had in secondary school.
Okay.
Genuinely, it felt like every lesson with this teacher.
What was he teaching us?
Did I say it was a he?
What were they teaching us?
All right, let's leave it.
No. I just assumed it was a dude. What were they teaching us?
It is a dude. But I'm gonna leave it as neutral as I can.
What was he teaching us?
As soon as I get into the point, you'll remember exactly who it is.
Okay, go on.
So
Wait, tell me what year we were in first.
he was with us for a few years.
Okay, go on.
They were with us for a few years. All right. I remember I saw this teacher talking to my older sister in the playground.
Rat fucking
Right?
bastard.
Yeah, I saw this teacher, and sorry, just to inform. I don't know if it's evident enough already with our past podcasts. I can speak for both me and Danny when I say neither of us really cared for school.
Oh no.
We were very much just on our own reflexive having fun and being, and that's not like we were so cool either, right?
Hey, I'll fucking do it again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would. I think I'd change. They happen to also teach me. I see him in the playground, and he's talking to my sister, and I go up to my sister because I need to ask her something. He turns to me, and I think he says something on the sly like, "Oh, that's your sister. Wow, I would never have been able to tell that you two are siblings." And then he gave me this like little smirk, right? And look, for the listeners, the smirk was the implication of, it's because you never fucking pay attention in my lessons, right? But little did you know, it was a universal thing. He wasn't special. I just didn't. Again, as I've established, we weren't bothered with much, right? And so I said that to him. I said to him, I was like, well, it's just because I suppose it's because I don't pay attention to your lessons. You know what he said to me in response? He goes, I never said anything. I never said that. And I was like, okay, all right. Is this your big, that's it, U-turn moment with me of like making me self-aware and realize the error in my ways?
I did not like that.
Yeah, like what was the point of trying
I did not like that teacher.
You're a fully grown man, like, and I'm a child with a lot of indifference in my heart.
But he was the type, that was all like about being motivational speaker.
Yeah.
And realistically, he was full of shit.
But I don't want to.
Like his underachieving students, he did not give a fuck for.
Yeah, but I mean, I was us. But like
us,
heavily. But the point I'm trying to make, I don't want to talk about it too much. But the point I'm trying to make here, that comment, like, did it serve me any purpose? Did it do me any favors?
Well, it lives rent free in your head.
It does. Years later. Over a decade later, it's still there, but like not in a fun like I should learn from my mistakes way. You know what I mean?
I'm so goofy.
Yeah, like it's just more like, why did you have to say that, dude? Going through those ages, like what 7, 11, 14, like, dude, your body is changing so much, your mind is changing so much. You got this new father figure in your life you got to deal with, and this dude's just trying to. Oh yeah, I don't know. I've had enough. All right,
you got a kid, a preteen, and a teen, and they're all going through their own thing, and fucking with them is not ideal. That's all. Yeah, let's leave it at that.
Yeah, an adult trying to school and clown on children who aren't mentally there yet. Like, come on.
And then shit talking them too. About,
exactly, like just taunting.
I will not have greedy and dishonest individuals living under my roof. Okay, cool. We'll move out. Fuck off. Yeah, that's what I would have said.
Right, comments?
Yes, indeed. Wow, we've nearly gone. It's a short one and we managed to go on an hour.
Well, we were invested.
Yeah. Can you believe the takes in the comment section?
Alright, go on.
They think the mum's the asshole. Yeah, I wanted to keep that. I wanted to keep that hidden.
Interesting.
Right. But here's why. You're the asshole for allowing him to emotionally abuse your children. Listen, dickhead. She didn't allow him to emotionally abuse her children. She stood up for her children by not allowing him to effectuate the punishment he wanted.
Say that again.
You need to stop.
Do the he wanted bit. Just say he wanted.
Okay. Let me try that bit again.
I'm sorry.
Right. The comments are saying that she's allowing him to manipulate her children. But she's not. Because if she was allowing him, she'd allow his bullshit punishments to be placed.
To fly, no questions asked.
Yeah, but she's not. So essentially, he's the asshole.
Yeah.
Everybody sucks here. He's manipulating your kids and you're letting him. Again, missed the point. Everyone here missed the point, man. You're the asshole if you stay with him. These are your kids and his tests are psychologically damaging. Imagine how your kids feel. They'll probably earn eggshells because of the antics of your fiance. This is only going to lead to issues for them, but you could end up in court with your ex. Nip this in the bud. Send that man packing.
She's weighing up her choices, man. Like, she's not saying like, oh, and everything he's done is fine because he's my fiance and we plan on getting married. She's questioning everything. She's got a critical eye and she's looking for the best for her children.
Someone just said your fiance is a psycho.
There we go. There we go. That's what we're looking for.
Essentially, the consensus of the comments is she's an arsehole if she stays with him, but otherwise everybody sucks here.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. I think we've spoken at length.
I suppose in a sense, I guess she is an arsehole if she stays with him.
Yeah.
If she decides to overlook all of this. Let's say they decide to have like a late kid or something, right? Like a kid later on in their, lives, and then what? Yeah, it's not looking good. Someone just said, please do not marry this man. Please get him away from your children. My stepmother used to test my sister, and I like that. And the older we got, the more severe the punishments were. I'm 24 years old and I'm still so traumatized. I need medication and lifelong therapy to deal with what she's... you can't assume.
Is this some fucking Cinderella story, man?
I need medication and lifelong therapy to deal with what she's put me through, and I blame my dad a lot for letting me go through it. Please don't do that to your kids. Please leave not an arsehole as long as you realise you need to protect your kids. Yeah, there we go.
A bit sappy, but okay.
A bit, but, the point's still...
Yeah, I suppose. Didn't ask for the life story, though.
Hey, chill out. You know what I mean? Chill out.
Didn't ask.
Nah, they were making some valid points. We got a bit soppy.
I suppose we did.
It's usually this point in the podcast where I've got some filler bullshit to give you. But I don't have anything this week.
Thank God.
I don't have anything. So we're back to square one where we just do one and then we do another.
Sounds good.
Sorry for anyone who enjoys the weird filler things that I usually come up with.
I don't. They cause me great emotional distress.
We could look at a TikTok if you want.
No, please.
Okay, well...
I don't want...
I'll be honest, just because I'm sick...
Come on, power through one more story, soldier.
Well, I'm weak.
Next story.
This is a really, really short one.
Go on.
I think to balance it all out.
Go on.
Alright, but it's got a fuckload of upvotes, so this should be fun. Am I the arsehole for not wanting bad coffee as a gift? My friend went to a foreign country outside of the United States in Europe and came back with gifts. My friends knew I like coffee, so he got me coffee that I know I won't drink. It's a dark roast, and there's no roast by date, which means it's not fresh. I gently put it back in the bag and politely told them why I don't drink that kind of coffee. Him and his friends said I was being ungrateful and rude, and that I should have thrown the coffee in the bag, which I didn't. Am I the arsehole for not accepting a gift I wouldn't use? That's the whole story.
Yeah, you fucking coffee snob.
What a knob. What a knob. Just take the coffee. What's wrong with you? Let's do another one. Let's do another short back one as well.
There you go.
Really,
technically, you're getting 3 stories this week.
Yeah, there really isn't much to go on. I just wanted to read that. I just wanted to read that to see how it read. Can we talk about just that little... It's a dark roast, and there's no roast by date, which means it's not fresh. Who gives a fuck? Here's what you do. You fucking cave person. You go back home, you chuck it in like a... You can even throw it away and just tell them you drank it all.
Yeah.
At some point, right? Or, maybe give it a couple weeks to make it a bit more believable, right? Then chuck it away. Just put it in a drawer. What's wrong with you?
Ever heard of keeping up appearances?
Actual zero tact. Fucking coffee goblin. Like, who cares?
I'm quite knowledgeable on coffee and like artisanal shit with it. Not to get too deep into it, but I'll drink about anything really. If I have a bad cup of coffee, I'll tell you about that coffee was shit. But I won't go into it. You know what I mean? I'm not a snob to that extent where if someone gives me some coffee, I'm just gonna be like, it's not fresh.
It doesn't even have a roast by day.
Listen, fucking coffee's expensive these days.
You'll never be in my prayers again.
Never. I hope for your disaster. Anyway, come on, hit me.
Okay, another short one.
No, do a proper one.
Okay. Just a little one to keep our pipes oiled.
Yeah, just a little snack, a little bit of baklava.
Okay.
Some tasty kunefe for your coffee.
We're gonna keep going.
A little Dom Perignon to your chef de partie. A little bit of filet mignon to your...
You're taking my brain space. I can't read. Okay. Am I the asshole for leaving my 4-year-old sister in a cornfield during a tornado watch?
Wait, was a tornado happening or what?
I suppose so. You watch it from a distance.
Every man for himself. Go on.
Oh, it's coming closer. It's coming closer.
Leave little Nancy behind. She won't make it anyway.
Okay. I, 15 male. 15 male.
Abandoned my child sister.
And my sister, 4 female. Have not had a very close relationship.
You don't even know each other.
She's been around the same time as a fucking presidential candidate.
We've not had a good relationship, so I left her to the elements.
My mum had an affair with another man, and as a result, my sister was born. My mum got full custody in court, so I can never see my dad without my mum's permission, which she would never give. Since the day my sister has been born, I've been jealous of her because my stepdad and my mum favour her over me, which is surprising because she acts like a spoiled brat, but my mum and stepdad will give her whatever she wants, all the meanwhile neglecting me. One day, my mum and stepdad went out and forced me to babysit her instead of going out with my friends. We went to a corn festival by my house, which has a corn maze and a cornfield. My sister and I went into the corn maze. As we were walking through it, a storm started to appear. By the time we got out, it was pouring, but my sister ran straight through the cornfield. I yelled at her, "Come over here," and she responded with, "No, I don't want to go home," and started to cry. As she began to have a tantrum, one of the festival staff ran up to me and told me to get back quick or we could get caught up in the storm, or more specifically, a tornado that was coming straight for our area. I assumed that one of the rescue staff would come and save her, so without thinking, I left. Me and my sister both ended up fine, and we were able to get back to the main building at the entrance to the festival. When we got home, I explained to my parents, and they got extremely angry and grounded me for a month. And they also told my relatives, and now they all think I'm a selfish teenager that doesn't care about my sister's life. Now I look back and wonder if I'm in the wrong because I didn't protect my sister, so am I the asshole?
Okay, they took my dad away. So this child brought forth calamity.
He probably thinks the little sister caused the tornado.
Little devil child.
I think just the age is what made us laugh.
Yeah, because like, we've not had a good...
young,
it's like we've not had a good relationship. Like, she's 4.
She's 4.
Like, I mean, okay, without context, it is a bit comical without context. But now I can see where his resentment is coming from.
Yeah, his mum got...
piped.
His mum got piped out.
Dad got cucked out. And then the child got chucked out. And now...
cornfields plucked out.
This is now the MC podcast. Home circumstances aside, what he should have done, in my opinion, is my sister's still out there. I need to go get her. I can't go back.
She's my responsibility.
She's my responsibility, yeah. Right. Which might be a stretch for a 15-year-old kid to... a resentful 15-year-old kid to just do it.
Can I blow my nose as well?
Just blow your nose.
This has been annoying.
A little bit. Keep as many of these in, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, because I want...
What you want the people to know?
I want people to know how irritating this was for me.
There's a small pile of... You can't even see it. There's a small pile of just discarded tissues next to me. It's kind of gross.
Mm. Charming.
Anyway, continue.
What I was saying was, simply put, it is difficult to expect a child of that age, a resentful child of that age, to draw to such a calculated conclusion in a time of crisis, right? However, if you assuming that someone would have gone for her was very stupid. Very stupid, my friend.
Did you even mention that she was in the field to the authorities?
I don't think he did. He just assumed someone would get her.
Eventually someone would find her.
Although
whether it be...
So anyway, yeah, he should have really fought more to get her out of there. I mean, look, what really gets me is how stupid you were to tell your fucking parents. You could have literally just been like...
If she's 4, she's not going to figure things out.
Like, you could have literally just kept quiet about it and no one would have known. You wouldn't have been grounded for a month and your family wouldn't fucking hate you.
No, but I feel like he got back And his little sister was like, yay, mummy, tornado. It was the best.
Oh, there was a ride called a tornado. I wouldn't know. Oh,
Mummy,
little bundle
mummy.
of joy you are.
I got sucked up into the sky.
Oh, the funny things you say, little Nancy. Oh, bless you. Brian, go take out the rubbish.
Mummy, I saw my whole life flash before my eyes.
There was, you silly goose. There wouldn't have been much of it though.
It's like a 5-minute take.
Like a YouTube short. You got lucky nothing happened, to be fair.
To be fair. No, but then he wouldn't have gotten jail time or anything.
Yeah, but he would have had his sister's blood on his hands.
He would have been grounded for ages though.
Because your sister is dead, 2 months without computer. Oh, Mum! Oh, you're the worst! I fucking hate you. I wish I was living with Dad. He wouldn't have grounded me for killing my sister. Well, that's why I cheated on your dad.
Your dad sucks.
And his penis is small.
Whereas this guy...
Massive penis.
Rick
the home wrecker. Just this Giga Chad going round. Fucking everyone's wives.
Dumb kid. You shouldn't have told your parents. What's wrong with you?
No, really. I mean, okay. In all seriousness,
like if something happened, then yeah, but
you'd have to. But you got away with it scot-free, so you should have known this. Your parents fucking hate you. Yeah. You should have known you weren't gonna get away with this.
But then that's what makes me think he might have said something because his parents hate him.
Lol, Mum, I left Nancy in a cornfield during a storm.
Yeah.
What did you think she was gonna do?
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying though. I think he did it because he wanted to cause
destruction.
Like he wanted to cause a sense of annoyance with his mum and his stepdad.
He was. Do you reckon it was a cry for attention?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
100%.
100%. Yeah. He 100%. He wanted like a reaction. Like he wanted some attention from them, and that's what he got. But I don't think he realized just how dire the circumstances are.
I mean, look.
Like,
what if like the field flooded because of the rain?
How tall is an average 4-year-old? Unless she's
about
like
this tall.
Unless she's like WNBA standards.
But like 3 foot high, 3 foot tall, no?
Yeah.
About 3 foot.
Maybe. Probably a little less.
3 foot, something like that.
Yeah. I feel like in general, or is it case by case basis? But girls tend to get growth spurts a little later on, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's a tiny ween.
Look, the point is she could have drowned or...
Unless she knows how to swim.
Hit by lightning, awakened ancient powers and destroyed her enemies.
Shazam!
Shazam!
We don't have the rights.
We don't have the rights.
We can't afford that.
Sorry,
we can't afford
sorry,
that
DC.
Sorry. The point is, it was irresponsible what you did. Your actions have consequences. Could have just kept it quiet, but again, you obviously want a little bit of attention. And
it's peak.
Hold on. Wait, he said just grounded. I never understood that. I feel like that's such a real. I think that's such an American thing to just be grounded. You're not allowed to go anywhere. You can use the Nintendo Switch. You can use.
Is that what it entails?
I think. Well, how's he writing this post?
VPN.
Through what telekinesis? He's got to be able to fucking type something somewhere on his phone, maybe.
When I was growing up,
grounded would imply you're also sanctioned of the things in your house.
Yeah. That's what it meant when I got grounded.
Yeah, but then if his sister's spoiled, then he also might be slightly spoiled as well.
True.
And also his mum's. There's probably some residual guilt as well for the fracture that his mum's caused. So she probably gives him some leeway. Yeah. Right.
I mean, to be fair,
we're deep in it. There's a lot more at play here.
Yeah. Maybe he wanted something to happen out there. Maybe it wasn't an accident. Nancy was left in the cornfield.
Maybe he checked the weather forecast and he knew.
Maybe he knew.
Oh, if I have to go to the cornfield.
If I put up a fight, they won't suspect a thing.
Nancy.
If they think I'd rather be with my friends, then they'll double down. It's perfect.
Nancy, how much are you enjoying this cornfield?
And
20 out of 10, Nancy. 20. Okay.
You fucking bitch. I said out of 10, Nancy. Hey, Nancy, how well can you swim without floaties? Not at all. All right.
Nancy, I'm going to tell you this now, but if you're ever caught in a tornado, just remember to put your legs together in a straight line and put your arms out perpendicular to your body. and you should just spin upwards and slowly float to the ground.
Like a fairy.
Like Super Mario. Exactly.
No, I said like a fairy, you stupid bitch. Super Mario a fucking fairy? No.
Where are we going with this?
I feel like we turned this child into like some Patrick Bateman type thing.
The raincoat. It was raining as well.
I have to return some tapes. Should we look at the comments?
What you did was messed up, but you're 15, so I think and no one was hurt. So ultimately, I'd ground your ass too, though.
Yeah.
Waste man.
Fucking. He knew what he was doing.
Someone said, "Oh, this is sorry." Just before we get into the comments, just the idea of how many comments is there? 2,700 comments of people criticizing a child on his actions of his fractured family. Why? Dude,
well,
the world is a dark place. How many people actually have like normal upbringings? You know what I mean? You ever deep it?
What is a normal upbringing?
But I mean like nuclear family.
Nuclear.
Yeah, nuclear family. Like
nuclear.
Yeah.
You said nuclear.
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 Same thing, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Nuclear family.
It's Nuclear. You're saying nuclear. It's nuclear.
Nuclear.
Yeah, nuclear.
Oh shit, you're right.
You're saying nuclear.
Like an explosion, like a bomb.
Yeah, nuclear.
Nuclear.
Yeah, like it's got a nucleus at the center.
Ah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I'm cutting that out though, so I don't look dumb.
You asshole. Am I the asshole for cutting out my mistakes on my podcast?
Never. You're like a genius every week. Yeah. I'd say that is the idea of like normal to most people.
I had an upbringing with a nuclear family.
Yeah. But then I was gonna add to that, like financially stable. What else? Get strong relationship, like strong rhetoric and relationship with both parents.
What?
Right, that's probably normal, right? That's probably
listen.
I suppose normal would then also imply healthy as well.
What is this cookie cutter fairy tale family life you're describing?
I don't have that.
Do you know anyone who has that? Anyone?
Hold on. What do you think? Yes, but probably not enough. Probably on one hand, probably maybe 3 people.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, maybe 3 people.
Maybe I'm just.
And you know what? Right? They're all right. They're pretty decent people.
Turns out, growing up without strife.
Yeah.
Or significant amounts of strife.
So
makes you a very well-rounded person.
It's weird. Weird.
It's almost like trauma manifests itself in weird ways as an adult.
And then echoes onto later generations.
And it leaves you to abandon your sister in a cornfield during a storm.
And thinking, things will probably be alright.
Take that, Mom.
Yeah. I can't. The rescue worker's like, you need to leave. He's like, I can't. He turns to the rescue worker in the he's just like mouths it to the rescue worker. The rescue's like, I can't hear what you're saying. I can't. He goes, I can't wait to tell my mum about this.
I hope she's dead.
I can't. You're not gonna save her, right? Okay, let's look at some comments.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I'm just glad that no one, got sucked into a tornado. You ever see the movie Twister? 2004.
I've seen The Wizard of Oz.
No, fuck The Wizard of Oz. Have you seen the movie Twister from 2004?
Is there a Wicked Witch of the West there too?
Hold on. I'm stupid. It's from 1996.
What's it about?
It's about tornadoes.
Whoa.
Right. So there are these people. Right. There are these people. Group of people who would chase tornadoes. Look, you see a cow there. Yeah. These people would like chase tornadoes. So wait, let me give you Ben, a storm chaser, and Joe, a meteorologist, have to put their impending divorce on hold to battle a series of violent tornadoes that are destroying Oklahoma.
How the fuck do you battle a tornado?
I think they were throwing like these metal balls in it or something so that they could like read the tornado winds or something.
And after you read it?
I can't remember. But in the end, they didn't get a divorce though.
Oh, good. Thank you, tornado.
Yeah. Thank you, tornado.
What do the comments say?
All the destruction that the tornado brings.
Families, destitute, homeless, children, orphaned. We get to keep the house in Florida,
just
we're gonna renew our wedding vows next
thanks to
year.
that tornado.
Bloodbath everywhere, slaughtered cattle and wildlife destruction. The agricultural scene in Oklahoma is no more. Mum, and why did we decide to give it another go? I mean, the way he just threw balls into that tornado.
I know, like our breath so bated when we saw those cows mooing in the twister.
TM. What are the comments saying?
It was a decent movie though, from what I recall.
Mm.
I watched it a lot as a child. Like, my mom loved that movie.
Did you want to be a tornado when you grew up?
I'm not gonna lie, I did wish I could control tornadoes.
Incredible.
I did after watching that movie.
What would you do with that power?
Just make loads of tornadoes, I suppose. No, not in my area, like not at home, because I don't want to.
I would eradicate South London.
Well, no, not.
It's a blight upon.
Not specifically South London.
Not South London.
I would probably end up. Well, because I don't live there. No, I do you know what I do. Yeah, I do. I'd mess with like the Secret Service, because I'd go to like, I don't know, I'd go to like Bournemouth or something, then all of a sudden, like 20 tornadoes, right?
There's nothing left of Bournemouth.
And I'd go to like.
How the fuck is there a tornado in England?
And then I'd go to like, but like that's the thing though. There'd just be all this weird like. In like 30 years' time, there'd be all this weird cam footage, like security cam footage of me turning up to a place. And then like a day later...
You'd be like an urban legend.
Yeah, like a day later, there'd just be like 40 tornadoes just...
You'd be like a banshee in it, but...
Yeah, but for tornadoes.
They'd be like...
Where's all this wind coming from?
How would you like direct the tornadoes? Would it just be a mind thing, or would you like have to move your hands?
I think I was thinking a mind thing.
Ooh.
Because then if I was moving my hands, then they're like, how is he doing?
No, you just look like a nutter.
No. I'd look like a nutter until they saw a tornado fabricating in front of my very palms.
No.
Then they're like, whoa. They're like, what is this nugget? Whoa.
Oh, shit.
There's where all 40 tornadoes came from.
You would have the power to give the country unlimited energy through windmills.
I use my power for good.
Hey, what are the comments saying?
You're the arsehole. Pick her ass up and run.
Fair.
I know your parents are toxic and spoil her, but she is 4 and still doesn't understand what tornado means, let alone the dangers of it. It fucking sucks that you got grounded, but you're the arsehole.
It's fair. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, he's putting his grievances with his sister before her safety. So
a lot of people are just getting mad at him for leaving a 4-year-old alone, basically. I wouldn't even leave a 4-year-old I don't know alone in a cornfield in a storm. What the fuck? You're an arsehole. Okay,
it's fair.
Real quick though. It was a terrible thing to do, of course, right? And it's not just at all.
No.
And he's getting punished for it, I think justly, right? But you know, like I don't know. Yeah, I suppose they're right. They're right. I'm wrong. I can't justify it.
It was a poor judgment call to not assure that she was safe.
Yeah. In
those circumstances.
Everyone's just saying the same thing.
Yeah.
He's an arsehole.
I mean, we can probably leave it at that.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. So you know what the takeaway is? You know what the takeaway is from this whole situation? Everyone listening should go watch
Twister
movie from 1996 about 2 divorcee people who bond over.
But that's what always happens.
Who bond over a natural disaster.
But that's what always fucking
It's inevitable
happens.
though.
It's like they always
See, imagine you've been like, bruv, you've seen this. Look, it's gonna get a little bit hot and heavy for a second. Try not to breathe too heavy when I'm explaining this. Imagine you guys have been beaten, right? All of a sudden you're like, emotionally we're just not aligned anymore. And then you both happen to be experts on a natural,
just happen
and on a natural disaster ruining your home state, right? And you're together, like we could die. Oh, there's like 50 tornadoes around us, 200 tornadoes around us,
3,000.
Dude, it's practically turned gravity.
How can they hear each other speak over the sheer volume of a wind velocity?
I think there is a point in the movie, that one of the climax points in the movie, where 2 tornadoes merge into one tornado.
It's becoming big tornado.
But don't quote me on that. I have not seen the movie in a long time.
Oh my god. They're fusing.
They're twister.
No, say it.
Ing. Go watch that movie. Genuinely, because I can't really remember how good it is. So
And write in to tell us what you thought of Twister.
tell us what you thought of Twister.
And send us your...
Did the love feel sincere, or do you think, if they'd been dealing with another weather forecast?
Do you think they would have been alright if it would have been a tsunami?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Problem solved.
Thanks for listening.
Check out the socials, the Patreon. Apologies if you made it this far.
I'm not gonna apologise for shit. This was look. It was decent. It was decent attempt. I'm dying out here. We tried to. So you could all suck my dick. This was a decent one.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.
We'll reconvene next week.
Check the socials out and
with a little surprise next week.
No promises.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
Oh. Bye.
Bye.